Praise your holy name, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. 1 Samuel 18:5. And David went out whichsoever Saul sent him, and behaved himself wisely. And Saul set him over the men of war, and he was accepted in the sight of all the people, and also in the sight of Saul's servant. We're going to skip down to number 14. And David behaved himself wisely in all his ways, and the Lord was with him. For when Saul saw that he behaved himself very wisely, he was afraid of him. So that's what we doing, brothers. Behave yourself wisely with discretion. We looked up wisely, to be prudent, be circumspect, to look at or upon having insight, to give attention, to consider, ponder, teach, to prosper, have success, the teacher, the wise, understand instructions, consider guiding, wittily, expert, wisdom, behave self, learn, cunning, discreet, experience, having the power of discerning and judging, rightly aware. So that's what you want to do when you out here. You want to behave yourself wisely with discretion. Proverbs 1:5. A learned man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain until wise counsel. So that's what you want to do. You want to attain to this wise counsel. And what's the wise counsel? This book. Yahweh Shah. He giving us wise counsel. Joshua 1:8. Joshua 1:8. This book of the law shall not depart out thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou may observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of good courage? Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, wherever soever. So that's what you got to do. You got to keep the writings of these books day and night. Meditate in them, and that's when you will have good success, prosper. Isaiah 33. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So the fear of the Lord, that's your treasure. That's what got us out here trying to do the right thing and do what's happening. Without the fear of the Lord, you just in a world behaving the way you're not behaving wisely with discretion. And you're going to get gobbled up by the goblins. Romans Romans 12:5. Romans 12:5. So we being our one body in Mashiach, and every one member one of another, having then gifts different according to the grace of that is given to us. Whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the portion of faith. Our ministry, let us wait on our ministering. Or he that teacheth on teaching. Or he that exhorteth on exhortation. That he giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligently, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. So that's what we're going to do. To everybody that has his gift. Some have gifts of prophecy. Some have gifts of ministry. There's different gifts. We're going to skip to Romans 12:16. Be of the same mind of towards another. Mind not high things, but consent to man of low estate. Consent to man of low estate. Be not wise in your own consent. So don't, be wise in your own, mind and think you the shit in it. Excessive pride in oneself. He has puffed up with conceit. So being puffed up. 1 Corinthians 8:1. First Corinthians 8:1. Now as touching things offering unto idols, we know that we have knowledge puffed up, but clarity edifying. As if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know. But if any man loveth Yahweh, the same is known of him. So don't think that you somebody big out here, you getting puffed up because you know a few precepts. Galatians 6:3. Because this knowledge, it'll puff you up when you learn. Get a dose of this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Galatians 6:3. For if a man thinketh himself to be someone when he is nothing, he deceives himself. So some people, they think they the shit in it, because they learn a few scriptures, and precept after precept. And they get puffed up, this knowledge and wisdom. Galatians 6:3. For if any man thinks himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. So don't think that just because you get on you have a big mighty job or something, that you the shit in it. Colossians 4. Colossians 4 and 5. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man, So no respect of person, you got to answer every man, from the president to a bum. Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that we walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai is, So, we know in the times that when they shall say peace, sudden destruction shall happen. So you got to walk wisely with discretion. Proverbs 2 and 10. When wisdom enter in thy heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion. Let me do that one more time. Proverbs 2 and 10. When wisdom enter into thy soul, and knowledge is pleasant to thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. So that's why, we behave yourself wisely with discretion, not walk as fools on this earth. Stay sharp. 3 and 18. Proverbs 3 and 18. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold of her, and happy is everyone that retains her. The Lord by wisdom has founded the earth. By understanding has he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down dew. My son, let not depart from thy eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace unto thy neck. Then shall thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. So that's what this wisdom is. It's a beautiful thing to have. Psalms, that's why we need to behave yourself wisely with discretion, just like King David did. Psalms 112 and 5. A good man showeth favors and lendeth. He would guide his affairs with discretion. Surely he shall not be moved forever. The righteous shall be in everlasting remembrance. Let's say that one more time. Psalms 112 and 5. A good man showeth favor and lendeth. He will guide his affairs with discretion. Surely he shall not be moved forever. The righteous shall be in everlasting remembrance. Susie Snowflakes. James. Let's go to Brother James. James 3 and 5. Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindle. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among all members, that it defiles the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it sets on fire of hell. For every kind of beast, and of bird and serpent, and of things in the sea is tamed, and has been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. So that tongue, you gotta watch your mouth, because the slip of a tongue is worse than a slip of a banana. You can slip on a banana, and might hurt your elbow or something. A slip of the tongue could get you butt, get you killed. Let's jump to 13. Who is a wise man and endures with knowledge among you? Let him show out of good conversation, his works with meekness of wisdom. Let's say that one more time. James 3. And 13. Who is a wise man and endures knowledge among you? Let him stew out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom. Skip to 15. This wisdom descended not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. We gonna have to talk to 14 before we go to 15. But if ye have bitter envy and strife in your heart, glory not and lie not against the truth. This wisdom descended not far above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. For where envy and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruit, without particity and without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sowed in peace of them that make peace. So you gotta have that good wisdom, not that earthly wisdom, not that corrupt wisdom. 1 Corinthians 1 and 21. First Corinthians 1 and 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Where is the wise? Where is the scribes? Where is the disputers of this world? Has not Yahweh made foolishness of wisdom of this world? For after that, in the wisdom of Yahweh, the world was by wisdom knew not Yahweh. It pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. By the foolishness of this preaching, we're gonna be saved. The ones that believe. Matthew 14 and 21. 14 and 14. Matthew 24 and 14. And the gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So this gospel is to be preached all through all the world. And with that, the internet helps, preach this, spread this gospel all through the world. So behave yourself wisely with discretion. And discretion is lawful, order, worthy, the ability to perceive and understand, moral discernment, ability to distinguish from right and wrong, to separate, wisdom deep inside, wisdom deep insight regarding one's conduct, power to make distinctions, power to decide or judge, power of acting according to one's judgment, and wisely, to be prudent, be circumspect, to look at or upon having insight, to give attention, to consider, ponder, teach, to prosper, have success, the teacher, the wise, understanding instruction, considering guides and wittily, expert, wisdom, behaving self, learnt, you're a learned person, cunning, discreet, experience, having the power of discerning and judging right aware, cunning, learning skillfully, to know, understanding information, skillfully deceitful, possessing knowledge, intelligence, wisdom. So with that, I'm going to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Shalom.